This is the tower installation tutorial for Online S Premium UPS series with extended battery modules, known as EBMs. This installation tutorial applies to all 5U models of Online S Premium UPS series and their compatible EBMs. Important notice: before installation, please read the safety precautions that can be found in the user's manual, quick start guide, and/or other related documents. To start, prepare the following items, which come with the UPS unit. The EBM kit is used for EBM installation only, which contains the following items. In addition, you will also need to prepare other accessories and tools before the installation. First, stand the UPS and the EBM on the left side, and place them next to each other closely. Affix the L-shaped plate by using 4 flathead screws to secure the UPS with the EBM. Then, fix the rack mount ears onto the bottom of the UPS and the EBM respectively using 4 flathead screws to serve as stands. Next, insert 17 dust covers into the open screw holes to prevent dust from entering the units. Lift the LCD module manually and rotate it by 90 degrees clockwise. To connect the UPS to the Maintenance Bypass Power Distribution Unit, known as MBP, use the UPS input and output cables. First, insert the blue and gray UPS input-output cables through the cable gland and connect them to the input-output terminal blocks of the UPS. Install the terminal block cover with the UPS input-output cables onto the UPS using the 2 round head screws. Connect the UPS input-output cables to the UPS input-output connectors of the MBP. Before connecting the EBM to the UPS, make sure the DC breaker is off. Then, loosen the 2 screws to remove the battery cable retention brackets of the UPS. Connect the output cable of the EBM to the UPS. For EBM management, connect the phone cable to the battery detection port of the UPS and to the left battery detection port of the EBM. If more than one EBM is required, connect the output cable of the second EBM to the first one. Then use another phone cable to connect the right battery detection port of the first EBM to the left battery detection port of the next one. Repeat this procedure to connect additional EBMs. Before connecting to the utility, make sure the UPS input breaker is off. Then, insert the input terminal block power cord through the cable gland and connect it to the input terminal blocks of the MBP. Install the terminal block cover with the input power cord onto the MBP using the 2 round head screws. Tighten the sealing nut to secure the power cord and connect it to the utility grid. If the MBP is not connected to the UPS, insert the input terminal block power cord through the cable gland and connect the power cord to the input terminal blocks of the UPS. Install the terminal block cover with the input power cord onto the UPS using the 2 round head screws. Connect the power cord to the utility grid. Then, turn on the UPS input breaker and the DC breakers of all the EBMs. The LCD of the UPS will turn on and show standby mode. To complete the installation, press and hold the power button for 3 seconds, and press the enter button to turn on the UPS. The UPS will run a self-test, which may take a few seconds. Then transfer to line mode. Finally, to make sure the EBMs are properly installed, you may check the number of connected EBMs via the LCD panel. Press the enter button to access main menu. Use the arrow button to scroll to information and press the enter button to access the sub-menu. Then use the arrow button to scroll to EBM number. When you see the number of installed EBMs is correctly displayed, the UPS and EBMs are ready for use.